In this video, we'll be discussing for loops and while loops in R. And so we'll start with a for loop. And so in order to run a for loop in R, we type for, open parentheses, I in 1 to 10. Now you can use any variable, but typically I is used. And so 1 colon 10 gives us the values 1 through 10. 1 colon 20 gives us these values. And so basically we're saying for I in 1 through 10, and then open bracket, and then we also have to close the bracket. So for a bracket that we open here on line 3, we have to close it on line 5. And so I'm going to just do something simple. I'm going to just type print I. Print basically just prints to the console I for that particular iteration. So let's go ahead and run this and see what it looks like. And so you see for each of the values 1 through 10, that value is printed to the console. And so that is a for loop in R. And now we're going to do a while loop. And so I'm going to first say n is equal to 0. I'm going to just set this. You see that n is equal to 0. And we're going to say while n is less than, let's say, 10. What we want this loop to do is to take n and add 1 to it. And so you can imagine that n starts at 0, and then when 1 is added during the first iteration, n is then 1, and then when n is added again, n is then 2, and then as soon as n reaches the value of 10, this loop will stop. And so we're going to print n just so we could see this process happening. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. Okay, and we see, so n took on all of these values, and then when it reached the value of 10, that's when the loop stopped. And one other point I'll make is that for the for loop, while we use numbers, you can also loop over strings. So you can do for I in, so let's say cat, dog, bird. So I'm going to be looping over these strings. And then I'm going to just print I so you can see. And there we have it, cat, dog, and bird. And so thanks for watching. This has been a video reviewing loops in R.